too independent for radio and not handsome enough for TV, it's the Walt Bonetti Podcast.
Welcome to episode 23 of the Walt Bonetti Podcast for February 4th. The Walt Bonetti Podcast is brought to you by the Original Italian Pie of Kenner and Compa Donut. In just a few minutes, I'll be telling you about a Kenner State rep because she wants to be NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell's pen pal. The Foo Fighters postpone, why Louisiana legislators need to find the money for early childhood development, a dope-selling grandmother, and a robbery thwarted by bananas. But first, these quick hits. National TV ratings for the Super Bowl yesterday were the lowest in a decade and the lowest ever in New Orleans. About 1/4 of households with TVs turned into the game as tens of thousands attended the Boycott Bowl or simply ignored the big game. By contrast, last year's Super Bowl had a 53 rating in New Orleans. Even the 2017 Super Bowl between New England and the hated Atlanta Falcons drew a 48 rating in New Orleans. Dozens of bars and restaurants also boycotted the game, with many airing replays of the Saints' Super Bowl win. You wonder what the ratings could have been with a Saints-Patriots matchup featuring Drew Brees and Tom Brady, or a Saints-Chief game with MVP Patrick Mahomes dueling Drew, who should have been MVP. Las Vegas odds makers are already predicting the Chiefs will win the next Super Bowl. The Saints, Rams, and Patriots are the odds makers' second choice. In a radio interview, Drew said, quote, "We're within our window, and we've got to seize the opportunity. Let's hope that they do." Ironically, next year's Super Bowl will be in Miami, the site of New Orleans' Super Bowl victory. The Super Bowl returns to New Orleans in 2024. Kenner State Rep Julie Stokes plans to offer a resolution in the next legislative session requesting the NFL allow replays of possible pass interference calls. Really? Do we have nothing better to do than waste time with this nonsense? The governor, the mayor of New Orleans, the New Orleans City Council, now the legislature. Memo to elected officials. Stop. Just stop. Please. Nobody cares about what an elected official thinks about the NFL besides the elected official. Just stop the pompous posturing. Stop it. We don't need it. Focus on something that you can make a difference in. Focus on something that will make our lives better. Hey, maybe I will write to Roger Goodell. Maybe a lowly blogger can get the NFL to change its rules, right? Why not? Everyone else is writing him. Hey, me and Roger Goodell, pen pals. I can see that. Not. A 13-year-old boy was shot in the chest Saturday afternoon in New Orleans. The teen was targeted outside a store. He is the 6th person under 18 that has been shot in New Orleans this year. Folks, that is shocking. We're just barely into February, and 6 kids have been shot in New Orleans. What does that say about crime? What does that say about public safety in New Orleans? 6 kids in a little over a month have been shot. That's sad. Pierre C. Shadow, the Cajun groundhog, who was really a nutria, saw his shadow Saturday in New Iberia. This means a short spring and a long hot summer. Or just another summer in Louisiana. The Foo Fighters, who were scheduled to open the new Fillmore at Harrah's, have postponed their concerts due to a band member's injury. The shows are now scheduled for May 15th and 16th, and if you have tickets, you can use the same ones. Entergy has received a thumbs up from the Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality regarding its new power plant in New Orleans. The LDEQ issued Entergy a clean air permit saying that any environmental risks would be minimized or avoided to the maximum extent possible. And now this. Metro New Orleans offers a lot of great food options, but sometimes you really don't know what you want. Do you want seafood? Do you want a salad? Do you want a sandwich? Do you want pasta? Do you want pizza? Well, you can get it all at the Original Italian Pie of Kenner. 3600 Williams Boulevard, just a little bit north of West Esplanade. You can dine in or you can call them, 469-4999, 469-4999, and they will get your order ready for pickup, or they will deliver it to your home or your office. So you can eat a great lunch or a great dinner or whatever you want, whenever you want, from the Original Italian Pie of Kenner. 3600 Williams Boulevard, just a little bit north of West Esplanade. Like I said, dine in or call them, 469-4999, and they'll have your order ready for pickup, or they will deliver it to you. That's the Original Italian Pie of Kenner. Hopefully you listened to me and you got a king cake from Capa Donut this weekend, because Capa Donut is now selling king cakes. Yes, that's right. Not just huge donuts, huge overstuffed donuts and mouth-watering glazed donuts and great breakfast and sandwiches and fruit smoothies. But Capa Donut now has king cakes. You can call ahead and pre-order a king cake so you won't be disappointed. It'll have your favorite flavor inside. No more rummaging through tables at the grocery store looking for your favorite flavor only to be disappointed. Call Capa Donut. Get a king cake made your way. 305-4858. Call them. 305-4858. Get a king cake made your way. Isn't that what life should be about? Having king cake the way that you want it? Get it at Capa Donut, 2321 West Esplanade in the Kenner Market Center. Capa Donut is great donuts and more.
We have only just discovered that you do not understand all this. These experiences were intended to amuse you.
Walt Bonetti.
Welcome back. I know how valuable time is, and I really appreciate you spending part of your time with the podcast. The Early Childhood Care and Education Commission released a plan where they will request $86 million in the Louisiana budget to provide 5,620 children from low-income families free preschool. After the initial funding, the group hopes to add funding for another 9,630 children each year over the next decade. Louisiana currently provides quality child care services to less than 7% of children under 2 and about 1/3 of 3-year-olds. Single parents, working families, they are the ones who need early child care assistance the most. When people are struggling to pay the rent and pay the utilities and pay their car note and buy gas to get to and from work, sometimes working 2 and 3 jobs to take care of their children, they need all the help that we can give them. And infants and toddlers from low-income families are often left out of childcare. Some families can't afford it. Some families just have babysitters or family as babysitters, and the children aren't receiving the proper education and the proper child care that they need. No offense to mama and papa, but they're not skilled. They don't have the training in early childhood care and development. With the high cost of child care, many low-income families can't afford it. And the cost to the economy of parents who are absent due to child care issues is enormous. Louisiana's economy loses an estimated $1.1 billion each year due to absences by parents caused by child care issues. This plan is a start to fixing that and giving low-income families and their children a leg up. I know the state is strapped for cash, even with a $300+ million surplus, but this is something that we need to do, and every citizen needs to get behind this. If we are sincere about changing and reforming education in Louisiana and moving education up the ladder for our children, this needs to happen. And it needs to happen now. No more excuses, no kicking the can down the road. Find $86 million. Just do it. Find it somewhere. Let's get this going. And let's start being serious about turning around education in Louisiana. Because the only way we can turn it around is if we start at the beginning. And we start with our infants.
Now, the Walt Bonetti Podcast Dumbass of the Day.
The father of Jarius J.J. Robertson, Jordy Robertson, is our dumbass of the day. He was arrested and charged with conspiracy to distribute cocaine, wire fraud, and threatening a witness. The elder Robertson is alleged to have used money donated to the It Takes Lives to Save Lives charity on gambling and purchasing drugs for resale. And for that, Jordy Robertson is our dumbass of the day. A 62-year-old Georgia grandmother was arrested on drug trafficking charges. When police searched Patricia Darling's home, they found $30,000 in pot and dozens of assault rifles, handguns, and shotguns. A neighbor said, quote, "She was a good person. She'll do anything for you and gun you down if you mess with Grandma's stash." An attempted robbery of a Canadian convenience store was thwarted when the robber was pelted with bananas. Store clerks threw bananas at the thief and made him flee without any cash. Police are hoping to identify the man via the store's videotape surveillance. Well, that puts a wrap on today's podcast. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, topics, story ideas, please email me, waltbradio@gmail.com. That's waltbradio@gmail.com. Don't forget to support our great sponsors, the Original Italian Pie of Kenner, 3600 Williams Boulevard, just a little bit north of West Esplanade. You can dine in or call them, 469-4999, and they'll have your order ready for pickup, or they will deliver it to your home or your office. And Coppa Donut, 2321 West Esplanade in the Kenner Market Center. Coppa Donut is now selling king cakes, and you can pre-order yours so you get exactly what you want. Call them, 305-4858, and pre-order your king cake, because Coppa Donut is great donuts and more. As we tell you every day, please go out and be a blessing. Change someone's life today or change your own. You can do it. Really, you can. Thanks for listening.
Walt Bonetti,